Good morning. Markets are range bound here, which is not uncommon after running up to this resistance area. I guess they're a little out of steam, out of breath. So far holding. A little more bearish action depending on where we look. We'll get to that, but you can see where these levels, of support and resistance. I started with the Dow today. They're tight. They're close together. So unless they can break out above or break down below, we're not going anywhere, right? Because you got to clear resistance or support to get other traders to want to take action, because within a trading range, the majority are getting beat up. And, what we refer to as a frog in a blender type of pattern or situation where, prices are caught between reference points of support and resistance and just bang back and forth until things evolve to the point where, they can move. So that might happen today. I think or suspect that because prices went up to resistance, this more or less common sense, and stall there, they're likely to pull back a bit. Now, how far will they pull back? We really don't know. However, we can make some educated thoughts about that. Now, prices, looking at the Dow here anyway, it held here and made a higher low. And then it was 100% retracement up to the prior high. Now, it's an obvious place where they're going to stall, and they did. Now, if they can go sideways for a few days, well, that's going to lead the bias to the upside. We don't have any kind of a correction bar yet. A red bar is a type of correction bar, but from our point of view, what we really want to see is a break of a prior bar's low, which I think could happen today. I'm kind of leaning that way, where it breaks down below, and then because of the depth of retracement, which was bullish, we form a bottoming tail bar, or the Dow forms a bottoming tail bar. If it's a red bar, well, of course, that opens up a greater probability of going lower, but it also, because of the depth of retracement, it could be a red bar ignored, which puts us into tomorrow. So, we'll see. Right now, it's at resistance. Things are range bound. We'd like to see things break one way or another. 3340 SPX. So we can get to that. And so I started with the Dow. Most things are going sideways. YM 3340. 3340. I'm not following. You think like down here? 33. You think like a big move to the downside, McGrath? Okay. Doesn't make sense to me. 34,000 and change here. So 33. Yeah. Okay. All right. So S&Ps. This cleared the high. Almost got near the prior high, but just chopping back and forth here for now. So wide range bar up. Yesterday, consolidation day. And we'll see what today unfolds, but you can see, the level of support down here. This could be a decent move intraday, but there is a pivot low. Well, there's one right here and there's one right here. So again, unless prices can, pick up some momentum to the downside, and you can see a little bit here is starting to happen where there was this drop. It hasn't cleared the pivot low yet, but if it does, the next stopping place should be around 4180. Then there's a big level of support down here. But if it was to get there, which it should not do, and the reason it shouldn't do it is because there's a wide range bar, coming out of this little consolidation there. So if this was to go all the way down here, let's say it happens today, it very well better form a bottoming tail bar, but that would be a really big bottoming tail bar. So And then, it just shouldn't go down there today if this bullish move up is to be believed. And if it does, things become questionable. And okay, we just got a wide, sloppy trading range. Is this support then being tested? Unless it rips right back up again, it's done as a reference point. So we shall see what happens there. 3145 is juicy for SPX. Okay. So as always, we look for our lines of defense with a credit spread. What is going to stop prices from going to the level that we want to sell a spread at? So McGraw's telling me 31.45 and 32.45 up above. So I like both of these because you've got this pivot high as a line of defense. And you've got this congestion area, which, right, 32.35 is right in the middle of it, but it's an area. So even if it goes up above, let's assume this just took off here from the open and blasted right up there. It's going to stop there like hitting a wall. And so then, you're at that point, because it even got close to your strike, you're in pain, but it should retrace from there. How far it retraces from there, we don't know. If it collapses from there, wow, that was close. Right? It's one of those situations. If it just hangs up there and doesn't back off for a half hour, it's a problem. Gamma levels agree. All right. So that's a plus. And that's a plus. Good morning, Robert. That's something we'll discuss today in an MT Live, of course. So this congestion area is supportive. It was telling me that the gamma levels agree up there. And so, yeah, there's a cluster up there between, 4220. If it even hits 4220 and it gets through that, it might accelerate at that point, because look, 4210, 4215. I mean, it might feed on itself, but ideally, look, that's yesterday's high. You got a red bar. You should be safe. What I see below that level there, and so it should be good. I think up above here is fine. Down below here, it should be okay as well. And if it's not, just we have to get the hell out of the way. Think about what the hell we're going to do there. So you've got this support. Got these overlapping opens and closes here. It's a red bar. It took out the highs. Buyers should want to step up here. So in any event, I mean, the way I'm looking at things and across these markets, while we might get jiggles back and forth, I don't think it's going to break out in any significant way. And I don't think it's going to break down in any significant way today. All right. But it can just, bounce around in here, which is fine. Maybe you want to, even because it's kind of in the middle of the range and things are down a little bit, maybe an iron condor. Take it on both sides. All right. NQs. Up at resistance. Right? We covered this yesterday, and these held up amazingly well. They're backing off here a bit from the highs here. But yesterday, as the Russell gave it up, which was the better place to be on the short side, S&Ps gave it up a bit. Right, we did that short trade yesterday, and we sweated a bit on that one while the Qs rallied. And at the time, the S&Ps showed relative weakness, and it wound up paying off that we held on. We didn't deviate from our stops. But, this is just chopping sideways again. And, there's support and there's resistance, and same analysis of, hey, everything's wiggling around. If it should break through here, well, then it opens up the door to a bit more. And the thing here with the Qs is, unlike the S&Ps, this could come down quite a bit and really not do any significant damage to the daily chart, because it showed such power and strength here. Even though it's a void, it could come down a bit more. Whereas, the S&P is coming down, and if it stays down, that chart's going to get ugly. Whereas if this had a red bar today, well, the depth of retracement is bullish. Hey, red bars happen. So, bit different here, even though at the moment it's in a trading range. And let's the Russell, just a mess. That got up to the pivot high and it came down real hard. Just kind of rounding top here. But really, for intraday, our support area is down here. So again, I think we're going to do some running in place today. And, if things don't move very much, boy, am I be looking forward to this MT Live to go talk about something interesting rather than the market. 33.30. On the Qs, if it pulls back to 33.30, well, we know that's a big level down there. Now, if it pulled back there, McGraw, and you can see I've got my support level marked here, off here in the Qs. And there's really nothing to the left, but we know that there's I think it's on the next expiration, Fridays, there's a big open interest there. So there's nothing here. So it'll be interesting to see. So if it drops down there and buyers show up and it forms a bottoming tail bar, if it closes down there, we've got a big red bar. We'll just have to see what follow through there is. This market right now is a mess. That's what I wrote about in the advisory letter and in the video over the weekend. Right now, this market's a mess. All right, bonds down a little bit. A Batman signal on the chart. You'll have to show me that one, Steve. So yields were down quite a bit yesterday, and the markets did nothing, which, theoretically, because the markets hated them going up when they went down, why didn't the markets rip to the upside? And, so now they're up at the trade, up near the top of the trading range. Weekly chart hasn't really changed. So, yeah. Up near the top of the trading range there. So yields are coming down. You can see here's the 10-year coming down here to support. Markets didn't probably looked at that more as, hey, maybe this economy, this stimulus isn't really coming. Someone's going to pull the crack pipe away. Now whenever we hear Republicans are upping their bid for, this infrastructure plan. So, the markets need more fiscal stimulus to keep this market afloat. Oil, nice rally, but trading range. Gold, just March, it's freaking bullish. It's not pulling back here. And, I guess it's not going to pull back. It had the chance was to do it here and it didn't happen. And so it looks like it has the potential to keep going higher. Silver hasn't played catch up, but it's actually coming in here as I speak. Be careful there. Take a look at Bitcoin since it's so in the news. A week or so ago, we talked about a potential for a W type of a bottom here. That still might play out. It's just flip-flopping around here after this big drop. And transports took it on the chin yesterday. Keep an eye on this level. where these two pivot lows are. See if that, you can see this, not really a Head and Shoulders top, but look, high, lower high, big red bar. It's chopping sideways. It's been rejected up at these highs here a couple of times. So far, support's holding. If it doesn't, well, obviously, should keep dropping, and the weekly chart supports that. Well, we'll keep an eye on all of this and see how today unfolds. In any event, those of you on YouTube, well, YouTube will be live. You want to log in from YouTube, but I dropped the link in there for the chat room as well. All yours, Dan.
Hey, Dennis. Yeah, I was just emailing you. So welcome to the Green Trading Room. All right, let's look at our opens as always. I don't have well, I did have one alarm go off, a good alarm, Azul. We started nibbling at some airlines, like Azul's popping here pre-market. My alarm went off. That looks good. I love the monthly. We have an out of the money put spread. Hawaiian Airlines we nibbled on, UAL we nibbled on, RCL I just gave a trade. I saw in the news that they got tentative approval from the CDC to start what do they call them? I don't know, exploratory test, whatever, test cruise, whatever. They got to do some experiments with guinea pig people to make sure they're clean and don't get sick, I guess. So let's watch the cruise ships. Jets had a bearish close, but they were sure off to the races yesterday morning. So other than our good alarm there, all our opens are fine. Just holler at me if you have any question on anything. Home Depot, we have a call spread that expires Friday. And I tightened the stop. We have a nice open profit already. So even though it's against us a little bit, no harm. AGCO, I see is red. We shorted this the other day, and I have it again to re-enter based upon the weekly monthly. AMC, yeah, these meme stocks are back in play. It looks like so Oliver, it's Oliver saying AMC and GME, the two meme stocks. Yeah, what do you want me to do with these? You can't just, give me a symbol because, I mean, I don't know what to do with it. Gapping up to $18 after rallying from $2. It's a bullish pre-market, but nothing to do. GME is a much better pattern because yesterday was the igniting bar, and we were talking about this all afternoon. I was walking back from lunch, and look, the breakout happened at 2 p.m. Eastern. I got in at 2:30, and I was kicking myself because I wanted to buy that into the close, but the stock didn't care about what I want. It ripped at 2 o'clock. But we did coaching last night, and we went through our checklist over and over and over again. And we were going to sell and way out of the money put spread for Friday on this. I think we came up with 165, 150 for $1 or so, something like that, as if my memory serves me right. But now it's capping up $20, 24, 5, whatever. So that's messing up my trade. What can I do? Should have done it yesterday. JR, Zulu Sierra, Pepsi, Zulu Sierra. The gap's too big. Yeah, I got that on my earnings things here. But once again, what do you want me to do with that? I don't know what to do with that. It's gapping up to 192 here, the resistance. I don't know what you're thinking. Are you thinking a short a 10-minute low for a scalp? Are you thinking buy a pullback for a swing? I don't know, but when gaps are too big like that, it's not a tier one to me. I'm focused on tier one setups right here, which to me means they're in the batter's box. they should set up within the first 30 minutes based on my bias. Pepsi, yeah, looks great. We have two trades on this. We have a short put spread, and we're long the stock. Looks fantastic. Pepsi. Yeah, Amazon, maybe 30-minute high. It's kind of slopping around here. It's been in the news. It's been lagging the other fangs, John. But 30-minute high, I think we can do a put spread. All right, let me get to some of these other earnings. Yeah, MBIS looks great. Nice close yesterday. Nice pre-market. Bullish. It's actually a bull 1, 2, 3 pre-market. So yeah, that looks really good. Looks really good. Let me put that in a window. MBIS. MBIS. Pass wide range igniting yesterday. Is this another Reddit toy? Kind of has the footprint of it, but gapping up a little more. It's getting extended here from the 2. Yeah, look, it ran right at 2 o'clock. You know what? I wonder if those boys, I'm not on the site. Maybe you all can tell me. You know, do they like give a few and say, you all get ready? 2 o'clock, hit the buy button. Because this 2 p.m. run looks almost identical to GME. Look at this. Robin's saying yes. And in pre-market, it looks like a bullish AMC consolidation. So yeah, definitely that's a watch also. Sure. Riot here. These are these crypto stocks. It's a gap breakout here. If it can get over pre-market high, it was holding really well. It's selling off here in the last 20 minutes. But if it can get over pre-market high, I like it both as a directional and a put spread. RCO we talked about. I like this longer term. Look at the monthly. CCL, I think, has even more room. Kook is the foreign CCL. Look, this Kook looks like it could go to 35. Why not? A $10 gain on a I'm putting Kook in my window over here. $10 gain on a $24 stocks, pretty darn good return. Glob 221. I think the only news there was they're gonna have a secondary issue or something, but I see no pattern. So you're gone. Ramp, you're junk. See, not only am I looking for the stocks in the batter's box, but I'm also looking to delete things. Powerful move off the low, powerful trend, but I don't know what to do with that. That's the Zulu Sierra somebody asked about. A Alpha 137 gap into the prior high. I don't know what to do with it. We'll come back to it. Now, I was hoping this the bigger the gap, the better, because things that run like this into earnings and then gap up, I like to short call spreads on. That's strong. I mentioned NVIDIA has earnings tonight, and here's another one. Look, it's gone up 1, 2, 3, 5 days in a row. I don't care where this opens on tomorrow, Thursday, on 30-minute low. I hope it gaps up $40. And then 30-minute low, I'll be looking to sell a call spread. Stall, gap in the $8, bottoming pattern, but no interest. HEI, no pattern. There's a lot of retail earnings today. Urban here, $38, gap way up here. McGraw, let's come back at 10 a.m. That might be a condor. Toll gapping up a little bit. This is a put spread. Put spread idea on Toll. Red Robin, no pattern. JWN gapping down to 34. Let's see what it does. if it's aggressively bought, takes out 30-minute high, might be a put spread. $11. Strong, gapping up. That's not a tier one. Let's look at John's real quick. These other ones are earnings. Honeywell. Yeah, set an alarm. DHR. I like that one a little better. PPG. Yeah, if it breaks out, sure. Yeah, set an alarm. Workday. I don't know. That one's a mess to me. Where did I leave off? ANF. $41. So put spread idea, ANF, another retailer. No volume, you're gone. Flab. No pattern. Maybe call spread if there's anything there at the 14 level. DKS, another retailer. Wow, that thing's flying. Maybe a put spread if there's any juice. PDD. And coaching last night, I just was drilling the checklist. Pattern, liquidity, juice, DTE, pending news. 137. So McGraw, this is a good one. That's a good one for put spread. I got right in my other screen. So let me put PDD here. FL is DKS cousin, 62. Yeah, it's put spread idea also. Got you is earnings. That's a gap breakdown. That remember chart of the week we sent out yesterday, relative weakness. Here's another exhibit A to that. Look at that, can't bounce with the market. That is ugly. FCX capping up a little bit, but under yesterday's low is a call spread. Pelletier is trying to bottom. Nothing to do right now. Oh, Baidu I posted. Baidu is a put spread idea. 30-minute high or maybe 15-minute high. Oh, this looks funny. Yeah, it's DD. PDD. There, I had a typo. PDD. This thing is not taking my symbol. Look at that, Greg. It won't take a new symbol. I can't believe you make me use this platform. It won't change the symbol. What a piece of junk. Amazing. PDD. Well, McGraw, there's something very, very fatally wrong with your thinking. You know what that means? It means that I think you're looking at old quotes. There is no way the gap up on these earnings are going to give you those quotes you are getting excited about. All right, so I put PDD on my other platform. But yeah, Baidu's a watch. AHT, we found this one yesterday, and I like the weekly and monthly. Let's keep an eye on this. Of course, McGraw, you knew that. Q's, nice gap here. CGC, that was a marijuana upgrade yesterday. 15-minute